shot launch steel tip action on the 4th generation Bandit board, adding the one-piece flight deck system to all steel tip barrels as well. I'll be throwing 23-gram weight everything, starting with the Celt Tornos, followed by Roman Empire Juno, and finally the Celt Valor Dart. God, I love the steel tip version even more. It's longer and more torpedo-y than the soft tip. We've got a straight barrel now with evenly distributed weight. I'm going to use that King Crown milling as my grip reference. Shot calls that gnarly rear section vessel grip, I believe. It's unmatched by anything I've felt before, honestly. 83 scored. Next up, we've got the Celt Valor Bomber Dart. This is the hardest changeup for me because it's front weighted, so that means I have to hold in the max diameter. Yeah, good pick. Oh my gosh, guys. New darts, new Bandit dartboard, and new flight deck colors. Go ham. New shot launch steel tip action on the 4th generation Bandit board, adding the one-piece flight deck system to all steel tip barrels as well. I'll be throwing 23-gram weight everything, starting with the Celt Tornos, followed by Roman Empire Juno, and finally the Celt Valor Dart. God, I love the steel tip version even more. It's longer and more torpedo-y than the soft tip. We've got a straight barrel now with evenly distributed weight. I'm going to use that King Crown milling as my grip reference. Shot calls that gnarly rear section vessel grip, I believe. It's unmatched by anything I've felt before, honestly. 83 scored. Next up, we've got the Celt Valor Bomber Dart. This is the hardest changeup for me because it's front weighted, so that means I have to hold in the max diameter. Yeah, good pick. Oh my gosh, guys. New darts, new Bandit dartboard, and new flight deck colors. Go ham.
Well, welcome back, everybody, to DPFL Darts Season 11, and it's our last match of Season 11. My name is Nick Teixeira, but you guys already know that. I'm joined here by the one, the only, the Steve McDowell, one more time on the season. Steve, how you doing tonight?
Wow, I'm glad you recognized me this time. I appreciate that. Really, really honestly do.
Listen, I am always very appreciative of you, and I want to make sure I put you top billing. Well, still, I'm top billing, but you get second to top billing now.
Thanks, man. Really appreciate that. So what we have tonight, we have Super Cup.
This is the D'Angelo Sports Challenger 1 Finals. Jonathan Long taking on Ryan Young. It is first to 3 sets in this format here, and each set is a best of 5. So it's going to be interesting to see who will get that title and win the Challenger 1 Cup.
That's good. I'm trying. The guy texts me right with it. Guy Chuck EX. He's texting me. No, this is the last one. Then season 12 starts. That starts next week. So everybody that needs to sign up needs to get in there because last week we were supposed to start last week, but then totally forgot a bunch of the admins were up at the Toronto Open. So there was in reality we had to extend it one more week because we just didn't have anybody to actually kind of screwed that one up. But going forward, yeah. So next week is the start of season 12.
Well, you know what? Better late than never, because I know a lot of people are really excited to get into this season. As by the way, Jonathan Long on the setup play here, 180 to leave 2. I think he was going to 18 that last start. Hang and bang mentality. As now Ryan Young gets a shot at 127 for leg number 1. First one might be into that 20. Looks like it was.
92.
No. It's tough to see on that board.
Yeah, it's a little tough.
Yeah,
You can tell Ryan's using like a little cell phone camera because it has that like vertical view. We kind of zoomed in to try to make it a little better. And you know what? We got to make sure. Let's start GoFundMe for Ryan to get a new dartboard. We need to get an upgrade up in that department. Look at that beautiful shot bandit there for Jonathan Long. And that Blade 5's seen better days.
I'd say that is a well-used board, as people would say. I'm surprised his dart's still sticking the thing.
He's got his money's worth. I will say I had a Blade 5 board that I got, and that's a great shot there from Ryan Young. My Blade 5 board I got in 2018, 2019, and I used it every day for 6 years almost. I love that thing, and got recently upgraded to the Blade 6. But also, I like the Bandit boards a lot. I think they look really sharp from Shot. And of course, shout out to Shot for being a great sponsor of the show.
Yeah, they've been really good. Their boards that they've got, I think they're really good boards. I mean, I know there's different boards out there, but the Shot board is a really nice board. The colors are really cool. So, and they stand out. They're almost like a neon when you play on them with the lights.
Oh yeah, the colors really do pop on that board. I will say both these players have their boards rotated in ways where the logos don't match up, and it is going to drive me crazy on Jonathan's board having the Shot logo right at the 18 there. So I keep looking over there, thinking I'm looking at the 20 when I glance at the screen.
We're really cooking.
Yeah, the better players usually wear out the numbers. That's why we never do it.
That's true. And that's why you and I are in the booth, Steve.
That's right. There's people who talk about it, and there's people who do it. We happen to be the talker.
What does Mel Kiper even know about football?
Nothing. You can tell he never played before. You get killed out there. What are you talking about? It's the same thing here. I mean, play darts. Like I got to play darts tomorrow night for the first time. I don't know how many weeks. I'm probably going to be, for lack of a better word, toilet. So toilet
That's
will
fair.
probably be tomorrow night.
Well, that's good to know. What Steve is doing tomorrow night, it is toilet.
It's toilet time.
Toilet. Now that's a dart jersey I can see you rocking.
Maybe this year.
It's like Tool Time, like from Home Improvement.
Yeah. We've got so much going on. The boards. I mean, people just don't understand how much goes into a live event. It is absolutely absurd amount of things you got to think of for everybody to enjoy themselves. So sometimes when you guys go to a tournament, take it easy on the promoters. It's not the easiest thing to put together.
Yeah, well, I mean, you've been having a hard time organizing the limo to pick us up from the airport and everything for the stream. So I know that it's been an absolute pain. I
know it's very tough to hire a short bus to get people from one place to another. So
47.
You never know.
Oh, jeez.
We did get confirmation by holy God, RVB, he's coming. So Raymond Van Barneveld, he will be there. Jermaine Wadamina, he will be there. So we've got some PDC pros coming over that are they're just fun to watch. They're good to just fun to see, man. So you see these guys who play this game at another level.
Yeah, I'm desperately looking forward to that exhibition match, by the way. So I think it's one of the coolest things that you guys are doing out there. And that's on top of all the cool. You guys are doing a lot of cool stuff. That's one of many things happening.
Yeah, we have a WDF event, an ADO event. We have the DPFL championship event. A lot of money going out, $125,000 going out. So remember, if you're listening and you don't play DPFL, you can just play. You can still play as long as you have a competition card. And Saturday is the level play, which is a
Jeez, that's way high.
round robin, a group of I don't remember how many. I think it's 4 or 5 people in a round robin. Then you play everybody in a round robin, so you always get more than one. You don't get one game, one and done thing. So that's kind of cool. That event on Saturday, but then the championships are played during the course of that week.
Thanks.
Yeah, I love every bit of that. I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see every bit of it. As Ryan Young now 2-0 up. He's one more leg to go ahead and grab this set. He will be against the darts in this leg, but he will have a chance to with the throw as well. And set play, this is a unique thing. There's not many opportunities to really get to see this. I mean, you see this in the World Championships for PDC, right? But set play is a completely different feeling than any other version. Like when you're playing a long format, yeah, the match always feels like it's within hand, but when you see a big leg spread difference, it feels intimidating. When you're playing set play, it's just, time to play another best of 5. And I always have the mentality, I don't care who I'm playing, that I think I could beat anybody in a best of 5 if it's my given moment. And that's how you have to approach set play.
Yeah, I mean, set play, again, when you're playing just your league night or something, and it's a race of 9, 11, or 7, whatever it may be. I mean, you always talk about those runs. Set plays, it looks like you get a chance to reset. Reset and start over, set and start over. So, yeah, I would love to, and I don't think we incorporate that in the live event. Maybe next year, because I think it is a cool feature, the set play as well, because then it changes it up. You know what I mean? It's just not just something straight up.
Yeah, well, and also, you see it again on the World Championship, those early rounds where it's best of 3 sets, and you have some sets where you'll have a couple legs of the throw and one without, and it's really cool to be able to see how because your holds of throw matters so much more on given sets rather than. Yes, they all equally matter when you're playing, again, a long, straight up race to whatever. It leads to some very interesting moments and dichotomies in matchups. And right now, Jonathan Long having trouble getting his game online, and Ryan Young taking advantage of these moments so far.
That was the right way.
Got his math a little bit wrong there. Left a bogey at 163. Needed to stay on the 19 for that last start instead of going up to the 18 to leave the 164.
Much easier.
I'm mathing too early for you?
At that time of the game, I'm still I'm not concentrating on taking things out, even setting things up. Even a 164, I get it. But there you
125.
still use a chart, you know what I mean? The cheater chart.
That's fair enough. I'm surprised you don't have it tattooed on the back of your hand yet, so you can reference it while at the line.
Well, just it always says on the back of my hand. That just don't listen. Just makes no sense.
Ryan Young almost able to take out the 117. He goes high in the last. Opportunity for Jonathan Long to save his throw. First one looks like it might be in the 18. Not ideal.
Oh, that's so far off. It's not even funny.
And he is not happy with the second or third dart for that matter.
He wasn't wrong about his commentary. It was a wee bit outside.
Second dart. Yeah, good hit, man.
Yeah, Ryan Young wasting no time getting that first out on the board. He is 33% the way to a win.
That just absolutely infuriates you even more.
Sorry, you cut out there for a second.
Well, and you're talking to yourself, and before you give it a turn around, the guy hits a single, double, game over, and you're like, "Oh, really, really?"
And thanks for coming.
Let me tell you. Yeah, I got other words for that. Let's get
95.
He just has to get out on a quick turn on Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, Jonathan Long, Chicken Little from that northern New York area, very talented player for Dead Center Darts, and he's just one of those guys that when he gets going, he has proven that he can be a top level talent. But sometimes I think he forgets that in the middle of the match.
Well, sometimes there's part of anything in sports is that killer instinct is to play an inferior opponent and just trash them. There's only a few people that do that, and the people who do that are the ones who are really good. They don't care who they're playing. They're not playing your darts. They're playing their own darts. So when their darts matter, when they're hot. So most times you can figure that with yourself. You just say to yourself, if I throw my darts, he can't beat me. So just throw your darts. The last thing you can do is worry about their darts. God, if you're hitting 180s or 140s or 133s or 171s, not a lot of people are going to beat you. You just throw your darts. But if you start worrying about what the hell he threw, oh man, he threw a 90 average on me. Tough toodles, and freaking throw higher next time. What the shit? I mean, that's just the way it works.
Honestly, no notes. I wholeheartedly agree with everything you said there. I love that.
Well, that's the only way I play the game. I don't care. I don't even watch who's thrown. I don't care. Just if I throw my darts, I mean, I average, let's say I'd average a good game. Let's say I'm crazy and I throw a 92 and I lose, pat myself on the back. Who cares? You do a 92. What are you going to do? Nothing. You take it. You go to the next game. It's not always going to happen. You throw your best darts and you lose, but more chance if you throw your best darts, you win. So, again, we talk about it. Steel tip, man, just one triple. You have one triple around. You're going to be good. You'll be pretty good. Doesn't have to be a 20 either. It could be any triple. You can be good. I think it's where people make the mistake. They just love the 20 because everyone hits it.
I wholeheartily agree. I think at one point in the season, Division 1, I think I had a leg where I lost throwing around 100. I just was like, all right, what? I'm not mad about that. Let me just do that again. That was my mentality. Did not do that again and did end up losing that match.
Well, that's because that's why we don't throw enough. It's another one. Got to be high.
Yeah. Looks like it. So does get an opportunity. Jonathan Long, can he get his first leg on the board? Lost the first at 3-0. Oh, unlucky on that last start. Looked like I had a good path and kind of hit the board at a funny angle. So 3 clear for Ryan Young.
You know what he should have done? He should have hit that marker dart over there.
All right, guys, the show's over for tonight. This is why you don't introduce Steve McDowell. It goes all to his head.
he forgot to hit the dart that missed the board to win the game. Which Nick has given the name marker dart because I have no idea.
Good shot.
Oh, Jonathan Long does go ahead and doesn't need a marker dart for that one. Gets the leg on the board. I can't. I just, gosh, Steve, I want to get you.
When
to
you
sit
miss,
down.
you miss, man. It's a missed dart. It's not a marker dart. It's a missed dart. You sucked. You missed, and then you're bouncing it off of it. Pathetic.
Please let me just have one session where we live stream like you go into Alex Feldman's Anubis Academy, and I just want you guys to talk about strategy. I don't want to see your throw. I just want to hear you guys talk, and I want to see if Alex Feldman can sell you on it.
If Alex Bellman tells me to throw the first one outside so I can hit the second one,
no one's telling you to throw the first one outside.
Why would I do that?
You throw the first one right at it. No, you throw the first one right at it, and then if it's in a good spot, you can use it to your advantage. You don't plan to go outside, but when it does go outside, you can still use that dart to maximize your value.
Let me ask this question. If you just miss, it's a marker dart. Just miss it on the inside, it's a crappy dart.
Not necessarily. If I miss just inside on the 15, that'd be great. But the problem is if I miss just inside, it's not a marker dart because I usually have to move off the double.
41.
If I miss low on the 20, it's usually a marker dart for me. If I miss high, not so much. But if you're a taller person, maybe you like high darts and can get underneath.
We're never going to agree on this one.
Listen, Steve, we don't have to agree. I'm grateful for your friendship, the fact that you pay me to be here, the fact that you put on this wonderful program, and you don't have to be smart to do any of those things.
I wish I got paid for this.
Well, it comes on the wash, I think.
I don't get paid for this.
You get paid by your sultry tones.
No, thank you very much.
Another leg, by the way, where Ryan is in the lead. Ryan's had a first leg of a double every single leg. And technically that could be the case here as well, depending on how these next 6 darts fare for him. And he's against the darts. I mean, it clearly throwing a little bit of a more controlling form. Jonathan, though, has been increasing his average ever so slightly.
94. 60.
Shanghai on the lead for long, but 50 is the shot for Ryan, who went 18 double 16 last time. Lost the leg going that route, so they're 10 double 20. No double bull. 10 double 20.
Yeah, good leg.
Double will be way cooler, though.
You not just shoot for it. The guy, he's a good player.
Yeah, but he's also a smart player and would rather maximize his percentage.
You go up there, I mean, what would Luke do? What would Luke do?
He would split right there. If Luke Humphreys and Luke Littler were playing on stage against each other in the Premier League finals, and Luke Humphreys was sitting on 120, there's no chance Luke Littler goes double bull.
Got to have confidence in yourself, Nick.
I have plenty of confidence, and I have plenty of I love ripping the bull, not with 3 darts in hand. If I'm ripping the bull with 3 darts in hand, it is me trying to make an FU statement in the match.
Think of the adrenaline he would have had if he ripped out a double bull and won the game, and how demoralized the other guy would have been. Like, oh, you got to be kidding me! Double bull, that too?
Yeah, now imagine how he ended up hitting 10 double 20 and 2 darts, and he's still all right.
Sissy.
Oh my goodness. Steve McDowell, everybody.
This is TV. This is this is the best of the best, man. We need to see some double bull action.
I'll make you join that Discord right now. You can tell him.
You guys need to spice it up. Spice it up and start going for double bulls.
You guys need to go ahead and show us what you really can do. We have fans watching.
Hey, I used to play a local league around here, right? I get so bored because they played it a different way where you would, you in your league, that's why you can't do it here at DPFL, right? But at the local leagues, so what they do is it's like starting lineup. So one team gets to pick their lineup to play against the other. So the home team gets to pick who plays on the other team. So I always had to play against, I'm not a bad steel tip player. So I always wind up getting to play against the worst player on the other team. And I remember I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to shoot bullseyes. So I played the whole match playing against this person, shooting bullseyes. And I still beat them. Just shooting bullseyes. Because I'm like, there's nothing left to challenge me. The person's not going to beat me. And I'm just like, I'll just shoot bullseyes the whole game. And it was just entertaining for myself just to go bullseye. I wasn't trying to be an ass or anything, but I'm like, okay, well, I mean, this person's not going to beat me, like, ever. I'll just go bullseyes.
I remember, and I assume this is the same league that you were referring to. I played in that same league at one point in time, and I remember I was at a local bar and it came up to cricket. And it was me and my friend Justin playing together, and when we were playing, we and came to the cricket leg, and the guy started complaining that we were pointing too much. I could hear him in the background just chirping a little bit, chirping. And I was like, oh, you think we're pointing too much? And I just refused to end the game. I was like, I want to see how long I can waste everybody's time now. Let me tell you, we won that league too.
50.
It is kind of funny when you take your soft tip over to steel tip and you point them and we're like, oh my God, you're pointing me. Why are you pointing me? I don't know, because I want to win. I'm going to win because you don't know how to point and I do.
Because if I get more of these, then I get the W.
I mean, if I'm smarter than you, are you going to be mad at me? I mean, I'm just going to point your ass, and that's that.
Well, Ryan Young, 2-1 up in the second set. If he wins this leg or the next leg, that will be a complete advantage for him. 2-0 up in a race to 3 sets. This is not this and the next leg for Jonathan Long are must win because 2-0 down in sets is a very tough spot to be.
Yeah, we also said that last week. The guy was down 7-2 and
60.
winds up losing 11-7.
Well, sometimes things can happen, but with set play, it's a little different because the pressure kind of gets reset a little bit each time, right? When you get a brand new set, all of a sudden it's okay. Well, now it's only about winning the next 3 or 5 legs, rather than in a match like that where you're thinking, man, I only got to win 4 more, and then you start getting tight, and then it starts going the other direction. It feels all just cumulative. It feels constantly building. I feel like each set you get a little bit of a reset.
That guy was shooting a 75 and lost 7-2. Ouch.
Not fun.
That had to sting.
140.
That couldn't have been fun.
That's a
Can't say I haven't been there, though.
Oh, I've absolutely been there. I remember the last time I played a CDCQ school. I remember, I think I was played against John Beard in the first round. Whoopee, good price for me. And I remember I had to set it to a last leg decider. I need to check a 161, and I missed on the wire of the double bull, and he checks it right behind me. And I think I lost that throwing a 74 average. And I was like, all right, well, I did my A game and still got smacked around. Thanks, John Beard.
CDC qualifier. Wow.
Yeah, that was pre-COVID. That would have been at Cherry Bomb 2019. The last time I played one of those.
136.
Yeah, I after running the DPFL stuff, it's tough for me to go to these other tournaments around the country because I just laugh and I go, why in the world would you go play these other tournaments? If you're going to play a tournament, it's DPFL's the tournament to play in because there's second chance, there's levels, there's round robins. You're always going to get to throw more games at a DPFL event than you are ever.
That's right.
Oh, good, you got one.
Thanks.
Then you that any. I don't care. I don't care.
I wholeheartedly agree. You guys have such a wonderful event, and don't be wrong, there's great opportunities, other great events that we like working here with USA Darts, but I mean, you guys are a premier event at that. And when we start categorizing things in terms of what are the soft tip and steel tip majors in the US, what are the couple big tournaments that you say these are the tournaments that decide who's really running the town this year, because golf, there's a couple of majors that matter more than most, and just like any other sport, I feel like there's the idea of majors. And for steel tip, it's clearly DPFL is one of the pinnacles of those majors here in North America.
Oh, well, and then this year to put that little cherry on top, getting a WDF event qualifier, and then getting an ADO qualifier on Friday. The WDF's on Saturday. On Sunday. We have the exhibition on Saturday with RBB and Wadamina against Spellman and Stowy Bunce. I mean, that's going to be fun. Oh, God, I still have to come up with the format for that, Nick. I don't have the format yet, so I still have to come up with something to make these guys play. And I've got to figure out what it. I need it to be like an hour long, so I don't know how I'm going to do that.
No, for them in that talent pool, you should probably make it like 100 games. And
That's what I'm thinking because everybody just wants to watch. I want everybody to understand out there. I don't know how many people listen, but I'm going to tell you right now, it's free beer. It's free beer during the exhibition. That's how we do it at DPFL. Free beer for the finals and free beer for the exhibition.
Oh, big shot coming in. Going for the setup dart, I think, on this last. Yeah, that's a 177. Woo.
Thanks.
That's a beautiful shot there, by the way.
See, I don't know if I'm saying good shot right there. I can't.
No, 177 is a beautiful shot. Now 303, I go 719s to leave 170, but we don't need to get too crazy with the math right now. That's the 6 hit, 36 left.
Secondary.
Gets it. That's a 2-0 set lead for Ryan Young.
That
I felt like it was starting to come along a little there in the last couple legs. Yeah, that was closer.
Oh, I can't say that. That's wrong.
A good play that last.
I knew you
That's
would
a
like
bus
that one.
driver comment. You were. It's like he's got the guy. He's like the guy with the dollar bill and the fishing pole. You almost got it. He pulls it back. No, that's wrong. That's terrible.
Well, good news for Jonathan Long here is that he does get to start 3 of the 5 legs in this set, which means as long as he holds his throw, that's all he has to do to at least stay in this matchup. But you can't be thinking like that right now. You're thinking, I got to dig deep and really dominate this set, make him get a little finish line-itis. That's the way you get out of this situation, is by just playing damn good darts.
60.
Oh. Again, some of these times people get shots like it just goes right to people's heads. They got to shake it. Yeah. But again, remember we talked about it last week, trying to will them in. But if they're not flowing in you, you got to just go back and regroup whatever you did before. Hold the dart lighter. Don't give it the Vulcan death grip. Nice and light. Throw the dart. Let it fly.
100.
Try not to overdo it.
That's the way to play it. I finally got a chance to go out and play a tournament on Saturday. It was a soft type tournament, but I got to play with my dad, going out throwing, and I started feeling myself doing that. Right, I started feeling like there was sometimes I was really trying to place that dart, will it into place, and you know what I did to fix that, Steve? Shot tequila.
That would be good.
Shot tequila, and all of a sudden I started forcing them back into place. There was no willing, there was no hoping. I was putting that dart exactly where I wanted to. And then once it started wearing off, I was like, all right, well, time to have another shot tequila. And then all of a sudden my bar tab was like way too expensive. So if you need more streams covered, let me know.
It's like it's called liquid courage.
50.
Apparently I needed too much of it.
It's funny because when I play steel at home, I don't drink, right? I don't drink at home. So it's like no big deal. But I don't get nervous when I play at home. That's the whole weird part. I'll go to a bar or to a tournament and I'll get nervous. I'm like, wait a minute, I play at home. I'm not nervous. I'm playing, I'm trying to win. Then all of a sudden, I got there. I'm like, nervous?
Way off.
Fireball.
84.
They're all light.
All of a sudden you're a new man.
Well, focus. But I usually play off the other people's emotions. I like a guy who gets a little cocky, then I try to, match it, stick it to him. That's always fun. Uh-oh. Is that a bull?
100.
Yeah, it was a really good last start to leave 40, by the way. First start was in. He was on for the 140, pushes to the left, and then recovers by hitting the single bull. Max pressure now on the shot, and Jonathan Long will not get a dart here.
Oh, missed. 36.
So now Ryan Young can get the first break of throw in this third set. But it doesn't happen. Jonathan Long needs to take this here. Can't play with this any longer.
Yeah, second dart.
Does hold his throw.
Thanks.
Whenever I see 48 and I see that and I see the 8, I go, man, he missed that 16 by a mile. And I'm thinking, oh, no, he's going double top.
We love our wire shots here. You got to be disciplined on your wires. It's like the 46, the 610, 42 could also be a 610, and then 48, 816.
Oh, yeah, it's too much.
Too much. Now that's as basic down to the fundamentals as it gets.
We'll ever get to that. It's never going to get to that level, Nick. Let's face it. Some of us are going to max out wherever it is.
That's fine. The wire shots are designed for people at the bottom level. The pros don't typically aim at wires. They know what specific single they want. But the idea is that, especially if you're talking Division 4-3-2, they can aim at the wire instead of a double as long as they just make sure to hit one of the two big numbers. That's how that's designed for.
70.
We're gonna make a dart player out of you yet.
Darts by Nick, $29.95 a month. He'll tell you how to do your math while you're playing these games.
I'd have a better chance selling feet pictures than I would selling dark courses. All right, we just know how that works.
Woo! That's gotta be some ugly corns. Oh, brother.
Hope everyone in chat has been enjoying the show tonight. We enjoy having you all in for our final match of season 11. And we will be back. Next season starts on Monday, so we won't be too far away from our season 12 coverage. Crazy to think we already did a whole season and a half worth of coverage here with you guys as we started halfway through season 10, give or take.
That was crazy how much those payouts were. I'm the dang on owner, and I didn't even realize that they were the payouts. I'm like, holy crap! Division 3 getting 1,600. What was it, Division 2, the winner or whatever he got, or Division 1? I think it was 14. It was some crazy number, 1,600. I was like, God, that's
All
good payouts for league, man.
It's great. It's amazing playouts for league, and you're at home. Like, I played some leagues in the past that not with steel but with soft. That's like pretty good payouts. But I would go to the bar. I would go order food, maybe have a beverage, pay for gas, drive back and forth, and it wasn't nowhere near the payout level of this size.
No, not even close. You can't play a local dart league. It was funny. I was listening to one of our admins, and they were talking about it was a local. It's so funny how it's still like $50 to play a dart league in the local leagues, and first place is still a T-shirt in New York as well as it is in Florida. I'm like, how are you driving to bars, playing in a local league for a T-shirt? I mean, that's crazy. The amount of money you spent on a bar
really
tab.
Cool T-shirt.
Yeah, but the one we got was hilarious. It was the one. Wow, it was like it was just a cotton with like one color. I don't even remember what it said on the front of it. I mean, I think I left it at the bar. I didn't even take it home with me. I just left it there on the chair. Somebody could take it home with them.
That's the most Steve McDowell answer to winning a T-shirt I've ever heard.
Did he win that? 55.
No, he went inside on the 5. So 87, 51 for 36.
I mean, seriously, you're driving around, drinking and driving, bar tabs, food, hours to, sometimes.
To clarify, we're not drinking and driving. We're being responsible here to everyone listening about how you just worded that. Would like to remind our live internet audience.
We're home. Why the hell are we drinking and driving home?
No, exactly.
So I mean, that's what I'm talking about. So, but when you're out there doing leagues, and that's why DPFL. I mean, this league is good at home. We're going to refine some things coming up in the new year. Better cameras. We're going to provide guys. Better setups. So all that's coming. It took a little while to get my feet under me, running this thing because we couldn't this thing before. So now that I've run this thing, we get the leagues going again. I'll start producing. Better quality shirts. The store is going to be opening up soon. So we'll have the DPFL store open up again. So we'll sell shirts and flights and darts and all that good stuff. So we'll have plenty of that stuff for people to purchase.
I love to hear that. So make sure, folks, follow right now, DPFLdarts.com, or go over to DPFL Darts over on Facebook. So that way you can stay up to date with all the different notifications, join our Discord, and much, much more to be able to stay in the loop, because you guys don't want to be missing on any of this. Just like Jonathan Long doesn't want to be missing on this matchup. As you can see, he's clearly playing like a different player than he was those first 2 sets.
Yes.
Ryan's starting to take the foot off the gas pedal a little bit in response as well. Again, once you get those first 2 sets and you're sitting on that last one to get across the finish line, it starts to weigh in your mind a little bit more than it was earlier. The distant goal doesn't seem so distant.
100.
Just a 100. Looked like it was a 140.
Oh, he's killing on trip 19s like I like it. I always like this trip 9. You get that first one to go in, I guarantee you I'm getting one damn close or a second one in. I just got, to me, it's always steel tip is that first start. I get that first one to flow in. Man, I got it. Now that's if I'm shooting at the same number, right? So playing into a number. If I get that first one to go, my confidence level goes way up. That first one hits high on the 7. I'll be like, "What are you doing? Where is that going?" And then I'm gone. Then it's a 3, and then more likely another double 7 or something. So it's just terrible after that. Not sure what that was. Well, here we go. Ryan Young, he's got the big one coming up, the big fish.
I do apologize to anybody trying to watch on Facebook there. It looks like it, for some reason, lost connection. So if you're watching on YouTube, you didn't miss anything. But welcome back, Facebook viewers. Do apologize about that little delay there. Thanks, Will Stewart, for sending me that message.
Yeah, first start.
Nice shot.
Jonathan Long gets that set. So now it's 2-1 in this matchup.
That was a much better lead.
Yeah, that was a good one. Nice shot.
Jonathan Long. So good news, Steve. Everybody on Facebook that wanted to hear your lovely announcements for all these cool new things can hear them again, as they, fortunately, it looks like they missed out a little bit there. Again, if you're watching YouTube, though, you did miss a beat. So thanks for hanging out with us. Facebook doing Facebook things.
Yeah, there's a lot of things coming up. So hopefully, I want to get a new dart set up together for these guys. I want to be able to, people to purchase a whole package, a nice all package box. We want to do that, and the new camera system. We want to try to get a new 2-way camera system. So a lot of things coming up in the future because we're going to be giving away more money, bigger tournaments, bigger online tournaments. A point system starts next year for the live event. So many things change at DPFL next year that the more you play, the more it's going to help you going on.
I do love that you guys are actively listening to the players' feedback, listening to the players' requests, and just taking your own personal experiences and really implementing them into continually improving this DPFL product.
Yeah, a lot of the things that we're trying to do, the more leagues, the more games, and then to refine the payout system for the divisions. And then again, the big thing always culminates with the live event in Reunion, Florida, which is basically Orlando. That's the best part of that. So these things are coming up. We're going to try to get a new platform going on in the future. So there are so many things coming now that just, if you have something, you got to keep building. Right? You can't keep doing the same thing. You can't be stale. So we want to make sure that the other thing, Nick, and you saw that just came out. Peacock is now going to be televised in the PDC Premier League here in the States. So we'll be able to watch Premier League in Europe during the week here in the States. So I think that's great for us because I think that's lead to us something sort of like that as well. We are going to try to be the biggest and the best steel tip league in the States. We're going to get people some beers, and we're going to have it where our premier guys are making possibly make enough money to just play steel tip for a living.
Yeah, I love the idea of that, just the continual investments in your own players and your program. And you're absolutely right. That Peacock deal with NBC for the PDC is just a massive opportunity for all these different players and viewers. It's the idea of building fan culture here in North America. It's the idea that I can go and watch the World Championship and watch the Grand Prix and the World Cup and all these different major events. And for the North American audience, it's easier than ever to discover.
Yeah, so I mean, we're gonna push it. We're gonna try to sponsor up with some people. We're gonna try to get Steel Tip on TV.
Oh, that's a bust.
Okay, come on, Jonathan. He's just starting to play better too. Yeah, I love the idea that they're doing this, so it will get Steel Tip more recognition over here in the States, because they're not going to put salt right? It's a bar sport, just the way it works. So I think these guys who are superior at soft tip will turn their game to the steel tip, because you will be able to make a living, because you cannot make a living at soft tip. That's a fact. But we will make it to the ability to have steel tip. So it just takes a couple sponsors, knowing a couple people. I've already made some conversations. I've made some contacts. I believe that DPFL, we're already starting about the year in elite names up top. But we got some really cool ideas coming. So we can't tell everybody everything, because there's always a bunch of cats out there, and I don't want anybody stuff. But I believe that we're going to crush a lot of competition out there.
I love the idea of you guys just continuing to just go bigger, right? I mean, that's the other thing, is you guys already have the biggest online steel tip dart league, and let alone the fact that you guys are growing it to new heights. And we've heard David Fathom and so many others say high praises, but it truly is North America's grand equalizer, what is helping get our players conditioned to be able to play at the highest levels. And yes, Kyle Linder, you did hear correct. PDC will be streaming select events on Peacock. They just did the Premier League finals. I believe the World Cup is on there, the World Grand Prix, and the World Championship are also on there. It's not every single one, but it's a lot of the big ones for the PDC.
And if we do it right over here, if you watch some of those guys who are playing PDC over in Europe, they're going to snake their way over. It's like I was talking to a gentleman, and he was wondering why steel tip darts in the U.S. is not as big, or as why we're not as good as Europe. Well, let's do it the other way around. Why are people in Europe not very good at baseball? Why are people in Europe, not very good at football? Just like we're good at soccer, but we're not great at soccer. Over in Europe, they grow up with a soccer. They grow up with darts. And we grow up with football. We grow up with a baseball, playing baseball down the street, basketball, right? That's our three sports over here. But that's what we grew up. That's America. That's what we started. That's what we've always done. It's just now, because people like my age, I'm 57. When did I start playing? Well, probably 27. I didn't start playing when I was 7. We just now finally have kids that have been playing since they were, 5 and 7 years old, playing darts. And now you see kids, Colton Dunn. What an average that kid's got. He's 13. He can wipe the board with a lot of people, and he's 13, right? He's only going to get better, right? And playing DPFL, it keeps him out of the bar. Nick, you know this. A lot of great soft tip dart players were great when they were young. But then because of being in bars, it killed them. Because why? It's just the element. DPFL is not like that. We don't have that. You play at home. Safety of your home. The comfort of your home. It's good. The kids can play.
I wholeheartedly agree there. I mean, it's one of the most tragic things is when you see these youth talents start to get right of age or turning of age and then going down some slippery slopes because of the bar culture, and having the ability to have younger kids not get exposed to that and be able to play at the comfort of their home is one of the best features of DPFL by far. And the fact that kids play free is even a cool bonus. And to your point, I wholeheartedly agree that yes, playing younger is a big difference. I mean, Luke Littler attended St. Helens Dart Academy when he was 9 years old. But also to that point, the other reason why Europe has such a big advantage is that it's just not as big. United States is massive. So there's gaps, there's pockets where we have really condensed, very strong dart populations. And then you go to New Mexico and you're thinking, is there even darts in the state? Right? I don't think I've ever met a dart player from New Mexico. They're sure you're out there. If you're listening right now, leave a comment. But you go to England, and everywhere you go has the ability to play darts. You go travel a couple hours, and you're in a completely different country with a completely different dart scene, and that's what makes European darts so strong. They can do these professional multi-country tours while all having this less travel distance than it takes to get out of Florida over to Tennessee.
Yeah, and that's where online darts is coming up for, to allow you to play steel tip against better competition online at home. And again, coming out next year or next season with the, or I should say after the live event with the the express leagues, closed leagues, people be able to play DPFL in bars. Just you'd just play a closed league, so you'd be playing it in person and using Dart Connect, so it'll make it easier that way as well. So you can use DPFL, you can play DPFL in bars with 8 guys, 8 women, whatever you like, but it doesn't matter your average. But to your point, yes, I believe that if we continue with the way the steel tip and keep it going, and again, it takes someone to keep it going, right? If for some reason I said, you know what, I'm done with DPFL, that would just put the steel tip back another step. So we're gonna see this thing through. We're gonna make this. We're gonna see if we can make this just as big, if not bigger, than the CDC for sure.
Yeah, good.
I would also like to formally apologize to Anthony P in chat, who says New Mexico dart player here. So never mind. There is New Mexico dart players, and they are watching right now. But I've never met a dart player from Wyoming.
What, are you just going to rip around everywhere?
Just keep going until I find one.
You find a state you can't find somebody playing it. Idaho.
I would say Alaska, but there was actually about like 8 or 9 Alaskan dart players that I saw that traveled to the Cleveland Extravaganza I was at last month. So I can't even say Alaska right now. Well, let's look back at this match here. Jonathan Long hits a 180 and then a nice checkout to go up 2-0. Ryan Young finally gets back into this match after having a 5-leg drought of no leg wins. And now Jonathan Long has the throw. If he wins this here, it goes to a deciding set. If Ryan Young wins this here, he'll have the throw to take it to match point. This is where it starts to get real choppy.
Yeah, this is if he wins this, we're starting to have the same scenario that we did last night, right? The guy's up 7-2, and you're like, oh my goodness, 7-2. He's got to pull it up. He's got to dig deep, and he reels off 9 in a row. Same thing here. I mean, if you don't want Ryan to start squeezing the darts, if he got a good hit last time, but if Jonathan can pull this off, now you're going back to best of 5. Super fast in one set.
Oh, but look at this from Long. Needed to find a max there. Still wouldn't have been able to get it teed up, but man, it would have been cool. He's keeping this very interesting in this matchup so far. And Ryan Young with that first leg win in the set, did he successfully stop the rod, or did he delay the inevitable for what could be a potential 2-2 scenario?
Well, they're back to even. That's good.
57.
No favors there on that one, but he's got to hope for a little miss here.
121.
Yeah, 121's not a little miss here for Ryan, that's for sure.
That did not happen. That was not nice.
That was, in fact, what we would call mean from our analyst desk.
No.
Still a great recovery.
Magnifying glass.
Good last start there from Long. Leaves 80. 90 left. Treble 18 for double 18. Is he going the Shanghai route? He was trying to. Long can go ahead and send this to a deciding set with 80 being checked out. Big moment. It's kind of a must hit too, because your opponent's on 56. He will get a dart at double more likely.
Oh, come on.
Oh, and he pulls it. He doesn't get a dart.
He hit the 5. Oh, I'm throwing mine like a rocket right now into the wall behind me.
Does he get punished? 1 dart at double 10. That's outside. Yeah, so Jonathan Long doesn't get punished. 3 clear. You got to take this moment, though. Don't want to play with this.
Marker.
Yeah, second dart.
Yeah, look at that marker dart right there. That's what I'm saying, Steve McDowell. Jonathan Long to prove Steve wrong. And now all of a sudden we're in a deciding set when it looked like for a minute there it was going all Ryan Young's way.
Here we go. Time to buckle up now.
Yeah, Jonathan will have the darts in this last set too. So again, gets to start 3 out of the 5. It's a pretty comfortable spot to find yourself in. And he's only aged like fine wine throughout this matchup. He started at the low 60s. He's now raised to just shy of a 70. And while Ryan Young has stayed at a 72 this whole time, the timing and lethality of his throw has definitely tapered a little bit.
Yeah, he's still playing well. They're both playing very well. I mean, that's nice averages. It's nothing to sneeze about, either one of them. They've had a little issue, and if they had their little better checkout, they'd be really up there, to be honest with you. But that's the old equalizer, that damn double.
Oh, I agree. That double has ruined many a perfect games for me. Actually, I lie. I've never had a close to a perfect game. Okay, well, I've gotten 7 in steel tip, I think. It's about as far as I've ever gotten.
No. If I hit a 180, it's never at the beginning of the game. That's for sure.
Oh, in practice, and never in a match. And the closest I've gotten in a match is starting with a 180.
I mean, I'm usually just as surprised as the guy is when I hit the 180. So it's like, yeah, man, I don't usually aim for the 20. I don't know if it makes you feel any better. I usually throw 19, but oh yeah, sure, right. You never throw the 20s, you throw a 180. Sorry.
Sometimes it happens like that. Jonathan Long, we'll get a chance to set the first look at a finish. That's 100. It looks like a 45. Yeah. So right here should be on tee-up duty. Treble 20 and treble 20 single 5 is ideal.
65.
Instead, he'll take 65 to leave 100. Good last start. I like the switch and use of the bull.
Of course you do.
Why do you have to hold on? We gotta address this, man. Like, I'm just trying to explain. My job is to help educate the Douglas D. McKellys of the world and other people tuning in, because I know you ain't learning over there. And all I'm doing is just trying to explain when a shot was efficient and good and a marker.
I don't know why you were just accosting me right now. What did I do? I just
You said, of course you did. Of course. What's with the of course?
I don't think that 5's going to help him.
No, unfortunately not. He did have an opportunity to go trip 19, double 19, but doesn't collect. So Jonathan Long takes it on the first dart. He's 2 legs away from winning this match after, again, definitively losing those first 2 sets.
Here we go. Ryan's a little, he's got to be thinking, what's going on? I was doing so well. I was up 2-0.
And again, his average has not really changed. He's stayed at the 72 gear this whole time. I will say his setups in the 200s and his looks at checks have just not been nearly as convincing as they were. He was almost never missing a double in those first couple sets. We've seen a couple of missed starts at doubles here in these last couple sets. That's a difference maker. His scoring phase seems to be still fine. That's why his average hasn't changed much. But he's not as efficient on his doubles, where earlier his scoring wasn't as strong, but his doubles were near perfect.
You said all of that. And the only thing I took out of that whole sentence you said, and it was a very long one, his setup in the 200s.
Yeah, I did say that was part of the compound sentence.
Which I'm not a firm believer of. Just don't believe you.
And again, there's a reason why you belong in Division 2, maybe even Division 3 at this point. So let's be completely honest here. And to everyone else in Division 2 and Division 3, man, there's no shame.
I am slinging, man. I am slinging when I'm in the 200s. I don't give a crap where to go. I'm going all 19s. I don't care if it leaves me a retarded number. I am going all 19s. I'm trying to hit as much as I can to get as low as I can.
Oh my goodness, I can't wait. I'm going to call Alex Bellman and I'm going to have him do a live session with Steve McDowell where you guys talk about these topics, because I think it will be must watch darts content.
Well, as soon as I get to the doubles is when the circus starts. That's the problem. So, a little Barnum and Bailey happens when, music comes on when I get down to the doubles. So I got to get down there fast. I don't have time to set up at 233. What's your dart, Steve, at 233?
You're proving my point. You're literally proving my
point,
right? Steve, you literally said you need more darts at doubles because it's a circuit. If you throw more efficient darts that can give you more shots at double, that's crucial. And that's what I'm advocating for.
Well, yeah, but I'm just hitting the number I can hit. If you're going to tell me I got to go trip 19, trip 18 to leave 134, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I'm going to hit the trip 19 again because I'm going low. What is wrong with you?
What is wrong with you? It's about the idea that if you, it's certain shut-up shots, like 302 that we talked about earlier, where you need 4 18s and a trip 20. So trip 18, single 18, trip 20. The reason why you start there instead of starting the 20s is because, yeah, you're right. The odds of you hitting a 170, no matter who you are, but especially our level, is low. But if you don't start 18s and you don't trip that first or the 20, you have a 0% chance of leaving a checkout. And that less than 1% chance becomes a 0% chance. And it's about increasing those percentages to give yourself as many opportunities to win.
60.
Well, I'm going to have to agree with you there, and I don't usually do that. So I agree. I'm just going to knock it down, but I'm still going as low and as fast as possible, then figure out my disaster from there.
Oh, all right. All right. Well, you know what? I think we bonded a little. Did we just bond a little?
No. I was texting someone. I
Okay,
wasn't paying
cool.
attention.
Okay, that's all.
What? What do you want me to do? What do you want me to lie to you?
Yeah,
I want you to listen to your co-commentator and tell me if it's valuable. You know what? Never mind. 2 legs straight now for Jonathan Long in this set. He's 1 leg away from the win and 1 leg away from me not having to talk to Steve anymore tonight. There's a lot of good hopes on our horizons.
It's an important conversation. I'm talking to the gentleman building the backdrop. So, the backdrop is important.
I'm sure it's
I don't know if it's important as Ryan Young better hit a triple here. That's more important than him.
I can tell you, Jonathan Long and Ryan Young are not thinking about that backdrop, and they're probably not even thinking about our math conversation. They're just thinking about this match.
You never know.
See,
Jonathan's all of a sudden. Yeah, see, he's got it going on all of a sudden. See?
And
he's
short. Chicken Little's on a strut right now.
Smoking the dots.
It looks like a 180 there. Our second 180 tonight, and Ryan Young's second maximum. He's not done yet,
I always keep forgetting. I keep forgetting we have that. What the hell's the guy's name? He's the PDC announcer's coming over.
Owen Binks.
Yeah, Owen Binks. He's going to be announcing on the main stage. That's the other cool part. So when any of you guys out there that make the main stage, make sure you have someone record your match because you're going to have an incredible backdrop, right? A big stage. I think the stage is 12 foot high by 24 feet long. It'll be LED. It'll Owen Binks up there, announcing scores. So, I know I don't want to go up there and have him announce my scores, but I mean, maybe guys that are better would like to hear it, but I don't want to hear 13. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear numbers like that.
I love like when Owen and others get like a little sassy with it. They're like 13. Like they let you know that they're a little disappointed.
Is that going to affect you guys with your stream on USA?
No.
When he announces?
No. We're going to make sure that we can get a little bit of the audio through. So that way that people can hear it at home because that's cool. 32 to leave 32 doesn't go. But Jonathan Long, after the 180, 140 from Ryan Young, not looking likely for this given leg despite him hitting 140 himself.
Yeah,
it does help. Yeah, no, it's not going to affect us. We'll have a little setup there where we should be able to hear Owen for those big moments. Now, Jonathan Long has a moment here where you can just win the match with a couple of really well-placed darts. Treble 20, 17 bull. Treble 20, should go to the 17s. Bull. Whoa, Jonathan Long
Got it.
takes a 1-2-7 at the end. He even gives us a
Good
little
shot.
bit of a wiggle. That was a great moment there, Steve.
A double.
Oh, and that's after coming back and he smacks him around 3-0. Oh my goodness. Brutal.
Yeah, man.
Brutal finish. That's
Man.
oh my god.
Oh man! All right, time to have a
good
quick
talk to
chat
him.
here.
First 2 sets.
Yeah, you shot a lot better at the end.
Yeah.
For sure.
Gentlemen,
Team
that
was
was a great matchup there. Couple quick questions for you. Ryan, you came out the gates swinging there, and you've honestly the entire match were staying right at that 72 average, pretty much deadlocked. But those doubles early on were going in for you. I mean, how'd you feel the first set or two when things were going your way?
I don't even know what to say. I just could not get the doubles going at the end. I just kind of blew it. I think I relaxed a little too much, and then
Well,
start coming back, and then I start thinking, don't throw this, and I blew it.
well,
Kind of what happened.
give yourself some credit there, though. I mean, again, your scoring average stayed about the same. So even though the double started to fail towards those last 3 sets, your triples and your scoring was magnificent. I mean, did that feel like you were like picking up in the scoring department? Because it showed for us here, at least.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's like average for me, somewhat. I felt my scoring felt pretty well, but like, just the doubles were terrible. Even though they were going in at first, like, I was missing a lot of doubles the whole time. That's how I felt.
Now, on the other hand, here, Jonathan, I mean, you started off. Admittedly, I would say ice cold. You were near a 60 average. That first set, 3 straight. When that first set went that direction, what were you thinking?
Why tonight? No, yeah, it was a bit of a rough start, and it's like I was telling Ryan in between. I was like, it's one of those things where sometimes you're just a little bit left and right, and there's you've got to hone it in somehow, and there's really no explanation for it. Sometimes I felt like I was getting a bunch of power wires. A lot of darts were sitting right on the wire, like literally touching it, and it's like, come on, man, I got to get lucky at some point, right? And then it started to come about. I mean, after that second set, the last 2 legs of the second set, I really started to feel a little more comfortable. And then after that, it started flowing, and it was just flowing a little bit better. And yeah, I mean, it happens.
Well, and at the very end there, you get to this final set, you grab those first 2 legs, and then Ryan was sitting on 4, looking very likely to take it. I mean, did you expect that 1-2-7 to go in?
Are you talking to me or Ryan?
To you, Jonathan.
Oh, I mean, you kind of always got to play with the mentality that you're going after it, right? I mean, he's sitting on 4. He's already gassed 3 darts at the double, and that's how far ahead he was in the leg. So, I mean, I'm going for it every time, right? But I mean, honestly, I was hoping to hit the 51 to go double 8. I didn't really want to throw the bull, but when you have that option left and that's all you got, I mean, did I expect it to hit? Not necessarily, but the way it hit, I was like, yep, that was a good throw.
Well, in either case, gentlemen, I just want to say it was a great match to watch. Ryan, Jonathan, you both had some great moments there, and we really enjoyed you guys taking time to play on the stream. And congratulations to both of you, and congratulations to you, Jonathan, on your D'Angelo Sports Challenger 1 win.
Thank you. It's nice
Appreciate it.
Once in a while. Appreciate you doing it, Nick.
Yeah,
That was a good game.
Oh, Steve McDowell would like me to remind everyone that he's here as well. He doesn't feel like he gets enough credit.
Who's that? Will?
Steve McDowell. It's worse than Will,
Oh, well, I
surprisingly.
mean, I didn't know he was there. So, thanks, Steve.
All right, thank you, boys.
Yeah,
Right.
thanks for putting it off. It was fun. I had a good. Don't get to play darts like that all the time, high level. So, I mean, took advantage of every shot I missed. Shot well.
We'll be seeing you again next season, I hope.
Yeah, I'm signed up for next season.
I'm signed up as well. So.
Yeah, I'll be there.
All right, love it, boys. We'll see you next season then.
All right.
All right.
Have a good
Congrats,
one, guys.
John. Good
Yeah,
shot.
thank you, Ryan. Congrats.
All right, Steve. Well, look at that. They did give you some recognition at the end. They were hoping for Will Stewart. They settled for Steve McDowell.
There's
Steve,
no
this
way
concludes
someone
season
hope for
11.
Will Stewart. There's no way. And there's no way I can be compared to Will Stewart. No sense of the word.
You guys are very similar. You guys look the same, similar accent.
No, I'm way better looking, and I own the company, so that's a little different. So we're good to go.
Well, any final words you want to say on season 11 here, as this is our last match of it?
No, I think this was fun, man. I love doing this. I think this is a good program. We're going to continue going into the season. We'll try to do some random matches in the season 12. And I think we'll continue all these things. I love doing these events. And if any of you out there that want to be on the stream, you just have to put your name out there, volunteer to be on the stream. We'll put you on. You just, it's funny lately. We have to go out and get people to be on the stream. It's like there's got to be some people who want to be on the stream, because then again, you get to watch your darts over it, be on Facebook, YouTube, and all that good stuff. It's always cool to go back and watch how you did and how you played and how your numbers were. So anybody out there that wants to play, just sign up. Well, message Scott Hanish or Alan Palmer or Johnny at DPFL, and then let them know you want to be on.
Well, there you go. Great words there from Steve McDowell, a.k.a. not Will Stewart. That will do it here for our coverage here tonight. DPFL Season 11 is concluded. DPFL Season 12 right around the corner. DPFLdarts.com. Find out more information or look up DPFL Darts over on Facebook. Big shout out to Florida Commercial Care and Shot for the continued support of DPFL Darts. And we will be signing off. So thank you all for tuning in. Nick Teixeira, Steve McDowell. Have a good night.